let's get started. So to start us off, we already know what materials we're going to be using. So let's start with the LED, since this is the main theme, or this is the star of the show. So we're gonna put the negative side. The shorter pole is always the negative, and the longer one is the positive. So we're gonna put it here. Just like that. I've put it there since it's easier, since it's already connected to this terminal. So whatever we put in this terminal, they are all connected together. So if we put a electric current here, it's gonna send it right over there. And now let's use a jumper wire to put a ground current to it, or should I say the negative. We use black since it's very common for electric components to be labeled as negative or the ground. There. It will flow from here to there. Next is the positive one. If you just want this LED to light up, we don't need to put it in this pin. We will just gonna put it in 5 volts. But since this is not the case and we need it to blink, we're gonna be putting a code into it. We need to put it into a digital pin. So for this one, I'd say let's go for my favorite number, 7. There, 7. So if this was a normal, you just wanna light the LED, you're just gonna put it on the same column, it's gonna light like that. But in this case, we will be using a resistor. Since a resistor serves as a gate, or to limit the amount of current flows into an electrical component. Since we will be coding, we need to put a gate so the component won't be overloaded by electricity, and we can control it. So we should always put it on the same column. Here on this column, it can be on this side, or this side, or next to it. It's not gonna work. Only columns are connected vertically for electrical components. So now let's put on the same column of the other leg of the resistor. And that's pretty much it. Easy as that. Now let's proceed to the coding. So any type of programming language, we would always need to declare the variables. Let's start by int pin LED. We chose 7, and one of the foundations, or the basic structure of any Arduino is always the void. First one will be void setup. Void setup. And then after we've declared it that the pin number 7 is where our LED is, we need to set up on what should the pin do. So we're gonna put pin mode parenthesis pin LED will be output. Because we need it to output light. So we're gonna set it as an output. If we're gonna be using a button, it's gonna be an input. And the next one is void loop. This statement will always repeat any type of command and code we put in here. So we want it to blink. So let's start off by turning it on. Digital write. Pin LED high. High means it's gonna produce a light, and low means it's gonna stay off. And we're gonna put a delay of 400 milliseconds. Just to make our lives easier, we're gonna be copying this, pasting it, then we're gonna change this into low. Then after that, let's connect it to the board, and let's try if this really works. There, as you can see, the light is blinking. Now if you would want to make it slower, you should just increase the time. And there, it's much more slower. That's all for AP1. Thank you for watching.